Hello everyone, Blue Star Saber here, once again to do another One Piece chapter review, chapter 1031. Sorry for the late thing. I figured I was doing this chapter review on Greg's stream, but ended up being a general One Piece discussion. Check that out. I'll probably add a link to it in the comments later and all that stuff. But yeah, the 1031st chapter of One Piece. I believe titled Warriors of Science and all that stuff. So before that, I'll just get into like the double-colored spread that we got today, and its mainly focuses on the vice captain, those who are the vice captains, or those regarded as the vice captains or strongest or second in command to the let's see, pirate crews with Zoro staring at the center, in the front and center, looking at his sword, smiling, with Beppo behind him, just blushing and all that stuff. And we see images of, let's see, Dark King Rayleigh, Beckham from Shanks's crew, King from the Beast Pirates, Katakuri for the Big Mom, Killer for, the Ritzy Kid Pirates, Marco for the Whitebeard, Sheila of the Rain for the Blackbeard, and Sabo, the number 2 of the Revolutionary Army. I bet a lot of Zoro fans were probably hyped for this because it probably no doubt confirms that Zoro is probably, let's see, this double page kind of maybe unintentionally refers to, yep, Zoro is the vice captain or second in command, if you will. Though, let's see, though, granted, I doubt the Straw Hats will ever needed really a second in command because the crew is also like a family, really. But yeah, Zoro is definitely regarded as, let's see, second in command or vice captain towards many others. Anyway, on to the chapter. We continue with the last chapter left off, where Beast Pirates look shocked that some, let's see, gritty iron beams have crushed Big Mom, and think not even her could survive that. With like both Law and Kid let's see, puffing it out, let's see, energy, with Law asking, let's see, how long does the, let's see, the awakening powers of like Law's fruit for the magnet fruit. Let's see how long it lasts, and asking about its abilities, such as, it allows it to assign magnetic qualities to people or something. Though Kid says, I'm not going to tell you all my secrets, so we still have that bit of rivalry. However, it's revealed that Big Mom has survived all that stuff, and let's see, you can see that she's angry. The Beast Pirates are scared as she starts doing her life or Shiko, her life or death kind of thing, saying give her what she wants, or you lose your soul kind of thing. With the Beast Pirates panicking what they're doing and trying to find Oshiko, but but they're all panicking where it is, but some point out, no, all of it was either spilled or wasted and all that stuff. With Beast Pirates going like, it's scared that she's going to take their lifespan from them, and so in many ways, all those Beast Pirates who just carelessly spilled Oshiko kind of got their comeuppance, and in a sense, it's like, this is why you don't waste food. But yeah, as Big Mom rips the souls out of many Beast Pirates there, from what we can tell, losing their souls, but Big Mom decides to give life to like new homies from like the metal beams and all that stuff. So yep. However, Big Mom is also using her own lifespan, an entire year apparently. Let's see, as anything less won't serve to strengthen her, so she's cut her own life, from the sounds of it, she's cut her own lifespan to increase herself. Let's see, as we see Big Mom transform into an even bigger version of herself, which people have just, Beast Pirates have commented on all that stuff. As she comments how she, as we see a more monstrous form of her, when it seems like, let's see, glowing eyes and all that stuff, as she's gotten much bigger and all that stuff, as she comments how she's never really felt this much pain before, and goes to Law and Kid about how they really are trying to take her throne, just like Straw Hat. So she says, try and take it if you can. Let's see, prove that you're worthy of, being an emperor of the sea and all that stuff. With Law saying he can't believe he has to beat someone like a monster like Big Mom just so he can learn the true history and all that stuff. While Kid says, don't hold any strength back as long as you still live. We're going to bring her, as they're going to bring her down even if it kills them and all that stuff. So Law and Kid's resolve still remains strong. Meanwhile, we see like as we see more beast pirates fighting samurai in the background. Let's see, as when we get more updates on like the Sea of Flames and all that stuff. Let's see. We see Yamato circling around all these beasts, all these battles. But anyway, we cut to the cave chamber as Apples asks Drake, "Has he gone insane?" As he's clearly attacking him and using his music. However, Drake has already figured out his abilities. With Drake saying how, despite the Apple's offer, his obligations to Straw Hat demands that he put an end to him right here and all that stuff. As he reveals that at first glance, Apple's attack seems to have no attack vector at all, but he activates it through hearing and then aim at them with sight. With like Apu mad that Drake's spilling his secrets, but he's not concerned, as the real danger that Drake is going to have to deal with is the fact that there's 3 numbers here and all that stuff. So, yeah. So it seems like besides the sound thing, it looks like we got a little bit more of Apu's abilities, and that is he also needs to see the opponent. Anyway, Yamato bursts into the building and notices, with shocks kind of, Apple and Drake, I believe, but I'm not sure which one said which. But let's see. So with Yamato wondering what Toppiropo and Info Deal are doing here and all that stuff. With Appo realizing that Yamato is Kaido's enemy. So if that's the case, since Drake is useless, since he won't switch sides, he decides to manipulate Yamato into thinking that, he has cut ties with Kaido and is on, and not on his side anymore, which Yamato is glad to hear, but which means that she ends up attacking X-Drake, telling her, with X-Drake blocking attack and saying, "I have nothing to do with Kaido Eve anymore." Well, she says, she quickly rushes out past her, knocking, I think, possibly both of them. No, knocking Drake out of the way. Saying that she's in a hurry, as the capital and the island's in danger. However, Fuga, one of the giants, Fuga is pursuing after Yamato, much to Apple's annoyance. He's got to try and get Yamato on her side. With Drake telling the other 2 giants to come with him. However, Drake says that Apple is not getting away from him that easily and all that stuff. Anyway, we get to the 2nd floor of the castle, where it's revealed that Robin and Brock are running away while, Minx are trying to hold off the CP0 agents. As they're trying to get them away and all that stuff. And we see Brock jumping Robin down. Flo and all that stuff, commenting how they saw these people back at Dressrosa. With Robin telling Brock, that everyone in CP0 is the highest level of Cyber Poe. And the agents wearing the masks are the most elite. So that seems to imply to me that the mask users of CPO are much stronger than, Rob, Lucci, and Kaku and Stussy, since they are not wearing masks. So, blimey, that shows them in danger. And we see the main CPO agent apparently disappearing and all that stuff, clearly in pursuit of Robin. Anyway, we go back to the pleasure hole left down Tower Skull Dome, with women scolding Sanji, saying, "How could you do this to to such a young girl?" And asking, "Aren't you a member of the Wano's army?" and that stuff. Now, Sanji is confused as he doesn't recall doing anything, but then he then is starting to think that maybe he did attack the woman, as we see just how terrified it is here. As one says that, as other women throw stuff at him, telling him he's the only one here, so tells him to get out. They're hiding here for safety and that stuff. With Sanji complimenting him hitting a lady, because he says, as you know, Sanji would never hit a woman. Thinking back to what his brothers did to that Lady Chef back in Whole Cake Island, This is against his ideas and seeing his brothers. Anyway, Queen's arrived with his Brachiosaurus mode and all that stuff, wondering where he's been. Let's see, making a joke about how the pleasure hole is not open for business. Let's see, Losanji thinking to himself how his body's no longer feeling itchy and it seems like the transformation's been complete. And now starting to remember that he was running along in deep thought. He was running straight towards a woman that was hit earlier. It was her trying to plead that she's not a member of Kaido's army. And she's just like, Grisha from the Flower Capital. Telling her Sanji to please let her go. However, we see Sanji with cold stare eyes, and the next moment, she'd been knocked through the air and all that stuff, and was bleeding badly. And she was looking at him with fear in her eyes. So Sanji comes to a realization that, yes, for the first time in his life, he did hit a woman. Let's see. With Sanji shocked by this, he then starts to think about Luffy, what he would prefer. The regular old him, who turns into a helpless wreck whenever he faces a woman as an opponent, which we have seen both with CP9 and here in Wano. Or would Luffy prefer to be a cold, emotionless warrior of science who can crush even monsters like Queen, as long as he's given the order? As he wonders which one's going to be more useful to the King of the Pirates. Let's see, but he doesn't know what's going to happen, but he goes with what he's about to do. As he tells, he made up his mind, grooming out his Jammer suit, with Queen finally excited that it looks like Sanji's finally about to use it. Let's see, thinking that the Jammer suit is what caused his body to be the way it is, decides to, let's see, well, he can't do anything about the awakened ability. He decides that he's never going to use it again and keep it, and is not going to become a Germa soldier and keep his humanity, and smashes, destroying his Germa suit. With Queen shocked and a bit annoyed as he wanted to see the suit transformation, as Sanji comes to his thoughts of saying farewell Germa, farewell woman's baths. Let's see, this is a fight he's got to end himself. No, let's see, with the whole woman's bath thing, but that's typical Sanji, I guess, for you. Anyway, before he begins his fight against Queen again, he begins his Den Mushi with, let's see, we see the outside dome where you see Zoro versus King. Let's see, Zoro commenting when he has a transponder now, with Sanji revealed that he snuck it inside him in case, let's see, he was dying in a ditch somewhere, which annoys Sanji, which annoys Zoro, I mean. With Sanji telling, let's see, Zoro, he'll be quick. Let's see, as they're going to beat like the animal pirate kingdoms real soon and that stuff. Zone's like get to the point, as he already knows that. But he tells Zoro that after he finished, if he's not in the right state of mind, he wants Zoro to kill him, much to Zoro's surprise. But Zoro says like, fine, but I'll kill you just like you asked. Whatever's that supposed to, whatever is you're going on about. Let's see. No, he has something to look forward to at the end, though in case. And in fact, he requests that Sanji does not die before then, with Sanji thanking him and all that stuff, and their conversation ends. Anyway, Sanji disappears from Queen's sight. Let's see. Wondering if this is like the science of, like, let's see, Judge and all that stuff. Now, Sanji's already burning fire, telling Queen that he's already burning fire and no needs to him to ignite more of the flames by mentioning that name. As he ended up using a Hell Memories attack, let's see, kicking Queen and sending him flying with his multiple kick attack, ending the chapter. Okay, I have to admit, let's see, I quite like how... I do like how we still get a bit of like Law-Kid rivalry amongst the Worst Generation, where Law's asking Kid about his abilities and its limits and all that stuff. Let's see, trying to confirm what it can do and all that stuff. And if Magnet Fruit has finally been named in the actual chapters at last, because it was only named in the data books, as Oda clearly stated that, I mean in the SBSs, because Oda said he forgot to name it, or didn't realize he had named it by now. But Kid, I like how he's like, I'm not telling you all my secrets, still showing that, yeah, we're rivals. I'm not giving you, I'm not telling you my weaknesses. But yeah, as we see, Big Mom, this attack did not beat Big Mom, so yeah, there's still more to this fight and all that stuff. And I do like how she's decided to like power herself up by stealing life span from the Beast Pirates, who spilled, let's see, by asking for life for Ashiko and all that stuff. And I do like that this is sort of giving the Beast Pirates a sort of comeuppance. I'm not sure if it's the same Beast Pirates from earlier, though, but at the very least, all those Beast Pirates that were spilling Ashiko, laughing at the poor people in Wano, that, who cares? Let's see. Ashiko's nothing but stuff showing that you should never waste food, regardless of where it is. You should never waste food, as the Beast Pirates, in the long term, let's see, quite a few of them have lost their life force to Big Mom as a result of it. So some of those grunts got their comeuppance. On the think of it, some of them might actually look like the ones from earlier, but I can't be confirmed. But yeah. But I do like how Big Mom uses her own life force to power herself up into a more giant, menacing form, as he seems to finally starting to acknowledge Law and Kid, since they have been the first to damage her this much in a long time, and that it's high time. It seems like she has to take them seriously now, since them and Luffy clearly are trying to dethrone the Yonko. Particularly her and Kaido right now. So yeah, so she's like not taking any more risks, and I do like how we get to see her and her black thunder cloud moment. Because we saw that with Zeus, but now we see that with her. But yeah, but I do like how Law and Kid's resolves are still remaining strong, though, as Law clearly wants to learn the true history of the world. Well, Kid, will do whatever case to beat Big Mom, even if it costs him his life at the end of it, showing the fight. But yeah, I do like how we seem to that after Doflamingo, Law still has a purpose in life, and that is to find out what the history of the world is. So, despite what some people thinking that, okay, after this, Law's character is done, I do think that seems Law will still be around, though perhaps maybe not as much as these last few arcs, because he clearly wants to learn the history and how it affects him and all that stuff. Anyway, we got confirmation that Drake has declined Appo's offer, and he feels that he has to repay his debt to Luffy, since Luffy allowed him to fight alongside him, even though he had no reason to. So now he's going to resolve to, taking Appo out, since that will benefit Luffy, since, well, Appo will just try and defeat whoever the victor is, the weakened victor, for the spoils of war and all that stuff. So try and take him out. I do like how Appo tries to take advantage of the situation with Yamato, not realizing that either him and Drake have both defected from Kaido, so tries to get Yamato to fight, Drake by saying that, hey, I've left Kaido's side and all that stuff. With Yamato then attacking Drake, but Drake was also quickly saying that I've also defected from the Kaido, so she ignores it and goes back to her mission. However, she's also got another problem to deal with, as one of the ancient failed giants, Fuga is going after her and all that stuff, which forces Appo to try and get the other two giants to go after Fuga, because he needs all three for his plan to work. With Drake in pursuit, which probably means that in the next few chapters, we're probably going to see at least a conclusion of this Drake versus Appo fight with these three giants and all that stuff. And maybe even Yamato taking one or two of those giants out, perhaps like she did with Hachi. I believe the 8th giant, which I think when helping Frankie. Anyway, I do like how we're seeing the Minks defending Robin and Brock from the CP0 agents, even though they're wounded and all that stuff. Without Brock telling them to be careful and all that stuff. As Brock tries to get Robin away from them. as he realizes that, as the two realize that they're the CP0 agents from Dressrosa. And Robin confirming yet giving us a bit of insight that the fact that the masked ones, like I said earlier, are stronger than the unmasked ones, which it's a bit insane to think about it, but I suppose it does make sense since Rob Lucci and Kaku are new guys, really. So yeah, Ritzy and all that stuff, but yeah. But anyway, the main focus of this chapter is mostly just Sanji. Let's see, as we see for the first time ever, he's actually harmed a woman, and as we know for Sanji, that is the worst thing you can ever do as a man. Let's see, even though, depending on who you ask in the One Piece fan base, Sanji's weakness of never attacking a woman can be a bit of a detriment, not to mention his pervy attitude. When there's like a female enemy opponent, that will get in the way and harm his crewmates. Like we did with, like as we've seen here with like in Wano, and when you're up against Black Maria. And Califa with CP9, like I said earlier. Let's see, as he's trying to as we get inside his mind, just thinking like, wait, am I turning into my brothers? And just trying to remember like when this girl was pleading and like, don't hurt me, and Sanji just coldly did it and all that stuff. And scaring all the geisha women and all that stuff, and he's just horrified, realizing that, okay, he's turning into his brothers. It's his worst fears of happening and all that stuff. Let's see. Which I do like it, and I do like how Queen kind of mocks Sanji for like, hey, no, there's no pleasure for you here and all that stuff, because the pleasure hole and all that stuff. But yeah, with Sanji then, realizing that okay, yes, he did attack this woman, so he contemplates what kind of what kind of soldier Luffy wants him to be. Does he want to be like his old foolish self, who's pretty distracted with his old regular human self, where he's weak around women, either being rather pervy towards them, depending on the situation, or is unable to fight female opponents, much to the detriment of even to the detriment of his crew. Or he could be like a cold, heartless killer, like his brothers, and defeat any opponent, including Queen, all for the sake of Luffy's goal as the pirate king and all that stuff. But I think Sanji probably realizes, just as like everyone else, including Luffy, that Luffy prefers probably Sanji as his flawed human self, as that's what's probably what makes him fun, and that's just the way Luffy likes him. And that's probably who Luffy rather have besides him as the Pirate King. So he ends up taking his Germa suit, probably realizing that, okay, this probably caused the transformation effect, and destroys it. I must admit, I'm a little disappointed that the Germa suit is destroyed, but I do like Sanji's character. I did like how this is a bit of a character moment for Sanji, saying that he chooses to be himself rather than a Germa soldier and all that stuff, and rather win in his own way, though granted the transformation in his body has now taken full effect. There's no reversing it, but it's there. But at the very least, he won't become any more of a cold-hearted human and all that stuff, much to Queen's disappointment when he looked like he's finally going to get that suit transformation, but nope. I can even go to, but yeah, I do like how Sanji, even though with his rivalry of Zoro, shows that he really has a trusting bond with him. That, Zoro is the only one he can trust to end his life if he feels like he ever crosses, if he not becomes himself, becomes a cold-hearted killer. So he tells Zoro is a bit surprised that Sanji would ask this, though a bit annoyed about him insulting him for putting why he put a Den Den Mushi in. But telling him, Zoro accepts this request as he makes a joke about how he looks forward to himself, something to look forward to later, possibly. But he tells Sanji not to die, showing that despite their huge differences, the two trust each other. To make it out alive and to put the other down if need be and all that stuff. So I do like that. I do like how Sanji seems to be more fired up with his anger than usual as he does that, let's see, kicking attack against Queen, probably causing the most effect damage he's done so far. With his own flame clips, with Queen wondering it's going to be more German science, but nope, it's just good old hot passions of a, let's see, flaming Sanji. Now, I will admit, I could have gone without the goodbye baths comment, but I guess it was an invisible suit and all that stuff. So yeah, granted, let's see, I'm pretty certain it's clear that, let's see, when it comes to at least Sanji, at least, Oda, let's see, thinks that Sanji ever hitting a, let's see, woman, even if it's like an evil enemy opponent, is wrong and bad and never will happen. Not saying that you should hit women and all that stuff, but yeah. But let's see, but yeah, you know, it's a battle manga and a war. let's see, he's fighting. It's a battle manga. Well, One Piece is more an adventure manga, but he's fighting a war right now. But yeah, I'm not probably helping myself here. But yeah, just to be clear, in real life, never hit a woman, people. Just making that clear. But let's see, it's clear that Oda is going to, if it's clear before, but now, yeah, Oda is never going to have Sanji, you know, fight a female opponent. That's probably the best way to phrase it. Sorry, everyone. But yeah. But yeah, but it looks like, let's see, we're not ever going to see the suit transformation again, though. I bet Luffy and Chopper are going to be disappointed that they never got to see Sanji do it. And Usopp Frankie are probably going to be disappointed they're not going to see it again. Though I wouldn't be surprised if Frankie tried to, let's see, claim the remains of the suit. If there are any, well, granted the explosion implies it probably was completely destroyed. Let's see, but I wouldn't be surprised if perhaps Frankie would try to try to repair the suit and modify it so that it doesn't have all the Germa features and the inhuman qualities that Sanji so despises and all that stuff. But who knows? But at the very least, we've already seen Sanji fight Germa with the Germa suit at least once against Page 1, and that's probably the only time we're going to see it. But hey, it is what it is. Overall, I'll give this chapter a, let's see, 8.5 to 9 out of 10. Let's see, I like the conflicting, let's see, feelings that Sanji had about whether or not to, like, let's see, the horror about let's see, he might have just broken his ideals by hitting a innocent woman and all that stuff, and contemplating whether or not, let's see, what kind of soldier would be more beneficial for Luffy with, like, being his regular old self, or like a cold-hearted Germa killer who would attack and defeat any opponent, but chooses to be himself, destroys his suit to show that his resolve and all that stuff, and do a devastating blow against Queen. And we see Big Mom powering herself up and all that stuff as her fight against Queen, Little Law and Kid continues. While we see that Drake has, you know, still siding with Luffy and is going to try and take Apple down with like one of the let's see numbers going after Yamato, and with the two let's see worst generations in pursuit getting let's see a specific target each. Let's see and all that stuff. Robin and Brock starting to run away from CPO, and the Minks and their allies starting to try and defend them. Let's see, so there's that, and the confirmation that they're stronger. So yeah, quite a bit happened this chapter. So yeah. Anyway, I expect next chapter will probably be the final chapter of the Sanji versus Queen chapter. This fight's been on a while now, but I think let's see, Oda's finally ready to reach the conclusion of this fight. Let's see. So yeah, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see, either on technically Sunday, though the unofficial releases will come out before then. But yeah. But let's see, try and read the chapter on its official release on Viz while you can, and then buy the volumes when the time comes. Now, I'm probably going to wait for the box sets. But yeah, overall, I'm Blue Star Saber. Signing off. Thank you for joining, everyone, and goodbye.